The first time the dead spoke to Elias Thorne, he was alone in the library basement at 3:17 a.m., and the voice rose from inside his hollow chest, a spectral murmur uncoiling like smoke from forgotten graves. It wasn't sound, it was pressure, icy talons curling around his lungs until every breath carried the metallic tang of wet copper and slow decay. Then the words bloomed, not in his ears, but behind the fragile veil of his eyes. "Turn around, she's already here." He spun, lantern shattered, shadows writhed like living ink across the shelves. Nothing, only dust motes suspended in the waning amber glow, as if the room itself were holding its final breath. But the air had turned cloying, thick with the faint perfume of lilies long rotted. Someone else had just exhaled eternity into the silence. Elias stood frozen, heart pounding like a funeral drum in an empty cathedral. Exhaustion, he told himself. 43 sleepless hours birth phantoms. He reached for the fallen lantern. That's when he saw it. The pocket watch, resting on the chill stone floor precisely where no living hand had placed it. Silver case blackened by centuries of sorrow, chain coiled like a serpent poised to strike. Face fractured, yet the hand spun backward, impossibly swift, unwinding time itself. He knew every relic in this archive. This watch belonged nowhere among the living. Fingers trembling, he lifted it. The chest pressure vanished. In its place, the whisper returned, clearer, almost tender, like a lover's dying sigh. "Mrs. Hargrove dies at dawn. You can stop it, or you can listen while the silence screams." He dropped it like molten sin. Too late. The words had already taken root, blooming black inside him. Dawn arrived swathed in suffocating fog, eldritch hollow devoured by gray. From his window, Elias watched Mrs. Hargrove in her garden, roses bleeding red, shears glinting like tiny silver guillotines, still alive, for now. The watch had returned to his pocket. He had not placed it there. 5:42 a.m., 18 minutes until first light. Stay inside, lock the world out, call it madness, or cross the lane, warn her. The instant the thought formed, the whisper detonated, a chorus of drowned souls, voices overlapping in merciless harmony. "You let us drown. You let us drown. You could have stopped it, yet you fed the void." Palms pressed to ears, no escape. He fled into the fog, coat whipping, heart clawing at his ribs. That single decision frayed the last thread of his sanity. Hours later, the ancient bridge groaned like a dying beast and shattered. A school bus plunged into black, ravenous water. Children's cries, snuffed out, swallowed whole. The watch reappeared, untouched, pristine, no matter how savagely he smashed it into oblivion, burned it, cast it away. It always returned, humming low, patient as the hush before eternal night. Mirrors betrayed him. No longer his face stared back, only empty sockets weeping shadow, a smile stretched too wide, skin splitting at the edges like overripe fruit. Each time he believed he understood, that the echo lurked outside, an ancient parasite. Cold fingers slithered down his throat, seized his tongue, forced the truth. You were never saving them. You were feeding me with every regret you buried. The well waited at the forest's black, throbbing heart, moss-slicked stones like forgotten tombstones, mouth yawning, bottomless. Elias staggered to the rim, legs quivering like leaves in the storm's first breath. He peered down. Faces drifted just beneath the surface, pale as moon-bleached bone, eyeless, mouths frozen in soundless, eternal howls. Mrs. Hargrove, the children, his brother, all waiting, starving for the next sacrifice. The watch slipped from lifeless fingers, fell in dreamlike slow motion, glinting once in merciless moonlight. His body tilted forward, a marionette on frayed strings, muscles screaming in rebellion, useless. One last razor-sharp thought cut through. The voice had never lived in the watch. It had lived in him. Always. His foot left the edge. The well claimed him. No splash, only the soft, satisfied sigh of absolute darkness. High above, in swirling fog, the cracked watch settled gently on moss, hands motionless, pointing forever upward, midnight eternal. And in eldritch hollow, new whispers stirred, faint as dying embers, patient as the grave, waiting for the next fragile soul, desperate enough to listen.